So you're saying that you're more in the Spanish market, and then it'll get there. You're just working on it because the Spanish market is a little bit more skeptical.
Yes.
Okay. What's up, Tamika and Senorita? All right. I never met someone by the name of Senorita. I thought that just means like girl.
Hello.
It means
I'm
Hi,
young lady.
young
yes,
lady, right?
yes it does.
Yeah,
A
Senorita.
married young lady.
Is that your real name, Senorita?
Yes, it is. My dad.
Oh boy, ain't that something else? Did you guys have a Merry Christmas?
I did.
Okay, awesome, awesome,
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes,
cool, cool. How you doing, Gary? How you been, brother?
been great. How you doing this evening?
Good, good. Had a good Christmas. People are still rolling
Yes.
in. Sorry again. I apologize for it to start a little bit late. It's you know, I thought legit today was Friday. I'm not kidding you. I legit thought it was Friday. I'm like, oh, I'll be on tomorrow. So my bad. Um, okay. So one of the biggest things that we've been doing, I know as far as we go, like a lot of the methods that are being used is Eric Worre. Are you guys familiar? Did you guys go through that program, 30 days, bring in 10 people or 30 people, whatever it is? That seems to be working a lot. And I'm going to tell you, like, a lot of things that we did and we are currently doing is we still segue a lot of people from, because I'm guessing, are some of you guys only Epic or are you guys Evo Epic? Are all of you guys Evo Epic or are you guys just Epic? If you don't
Oh,
mind.
epic. Evo
Y-
epic.
You're Evo Epic. I know you are, Gary.
I am
Correct.
Evo,
just epic.
You're Evo Epic or just Epic?
Evo Epic.
Yeah.
Evo Epic.
Charles. Hi, Charles. Evo Epic.
Yeah. I would. So we are legit all EE, right? So
Right.
because of that, that's something. It's crazy because we're the ones. Okay, Celia is just doing Epic because I know, like, we've been Celia. In case you don't know, I don't know if you were on the Evo side, but our wheelhouse has been travel for a long time, and so now what we're doing is, EE legacies legitimately are people who are running two businesses at the same time. It's crazy, right? And so it's because we're following the founder, and the founder legit is our double founder. He's running two companies and we're running two companies right now. And so when Epic just came into play, it's like, okay, got it. Now we're implementing it. So everyone in EE, for the most part, like 99% of us, we're running two companies. It's crazy. So with that being said, one of the biggest things that I have been doing, because I actively build the Evo side, and so that gives an actually opportunity, because a lot of the times, what how everyone is like mass building is there's two strategies here, and you guys really want to kind of like put it together. Um, if you're going to do the free forex funnels, then you got to understand your marketing platforms. How are you going to market it? How are you going to get people interested in understanding what it is? These are a lot of things that you want to understand to kind of like put it all together to where you can start segueing people. I know with Evo, for us, we've built, we still continue to build massively on the travel side, which then allows us to give us that opportunity to gain that trust, establish that trust. And everyone essentially inside our Evo side becomes a warm and hot market. And so it allows us to segue a streamline of new people to be introduced to Epic, and which way it works, right? But is that the be all end all? Of course not. So a lot of the things that we are doing is now hitting it on all cylinders. And so if you want to just focus on Epic, here's what's really important. Okay. Something that you guys really want to understand is attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is going to be your biggest tool. If you guys don't know attraction marketing, really honestly, all you guys have to do is Google Attraction Marketing Pro, or you can YouTube Attraction Marketing. And they cover a lot of topics on how to constantly and continuously do attraction marketing. And really, it's on a fundamental basis to where you're constantly outputting content, right? And I use this word very carefully to show your lifestyle or your pro level on what you're in a mission to create your identity. And so a big part of what I do is my sense of identity is just success, period. I've never really like marketed myself as a travel agent like Nikki has. For those of you guys that don't know, that's my wife. Me, I more so market myself as an entrepreneur. And that's something that you guys want to be able to do. And not only that, what happens from that is you ultimately have to show a sense of lifestyle, a sense of freedom, which you're getting out of the work that you're doing. And so for a lot of us, we're kind of in that transitional phase where people have identified us for exactly who we are as either entrepreneurs or travel. But here's one thing that I realize a lot of people are not doing is that they're actively pushing themselves on that attraction marketing, on social media, where they're consistently outputting and telling a visual story, right? A great example of a visual story, especially, and these people build heavily just on social media alone. Let me give you some good examples. Now, I'm going to give you a good example of two people, right? On the Evo side, as well as the Epic side. And this is something that you guys really kind of want to harness. So let's go. And I know this is talking a little bit on the Evo side, but let's face it, we're EE. So we're evolutionary, we're epically evolution, right? We're evolutionarily epic. So whatever the case may be. So Marnie Hernandez is a classic example. Okay. And this is really important for all of us to kind of get to know. Okay. So let's just go here. And she's consistently building. So real quickly, if you go through her stuff, she puts in a lot of content to create happiness, inspiration, and she really is really textbook, right? She's constantly, you see, earn travel, earn fun, and this is just on the travel side. She gets to show that she does got to live a family life, and she puts really on a sleeve. She puts a lot of humor in there. Inspiration. And I like to use her a lot because not only that, as you continue forward, she not only puts in humor, but she also puts kind of her lifestyle of just, going on vacation and things like that. Okay. So that, and then she gets to buy a bunch of cool stuff. So she's really advertising just a sense of freedom and a lifestyle with what she's able to do. And she can consistently tell that story. Case in point. And let me be very clear here. She is telling the story. Oftentimes, you guys are not telling your story. Your journey, it's kind of like you guys are pot-shotting your business, but you guys are not being consistent with it. And when people are watching, especially when it comes to social media marketing, they're watching your journey. So they might not say yes now, but they're just watching you. They're watching your success. They're watching what you do. You know how many people have come to us? I've been watching you for about a year. They haven't commented, nor did they have hit any like button. And they'll say, I want to do what you're doing. So whatever it is, I'm in, right? And so this is the kind of pull action that you want to do. So one thing, if you guys haven't done it already, first thing foremost is when it comes to your social media platforms, open it up to public, and you can go ahead and approve the ones that you approve of. If you don't know them, big deal or no big deal. Okay, so now the next person, this kid right here, amazing, Ambassador 20. And he does a lot of his social media on he does a lot of recruiting and team building off of social media. And quite often you can steal a lot of the content. You can obviously make it yours. But he's a single dad. He tells a story and he gets a lot of action because he's constantly posting religiously, regularly, telling a story as a single father with his daughter. And you can go through his content, right? This is really good one, Skylar Cowder. And I want to say this is huge, especially for those of you that really are looking to build on a social media platform, right? Shouldn't you be first at least once in your life? It's crazy how and he's kind of constantly telling these stories, right? A lifelong skill set that can provide you income you can earn from anywhere with Wi-Fi connect. So he's not particularly just saying join me, and then putting out flyers. But more importantly, so is that he's showing his story, telling his story, putting positive content, not arguing, not being frivolous, not doing any of these things. And this is actually a great person for you to be able to follow and grab examples from, right? So there's one, and then here's another one. Was it Kristen? I gotta find her name. She's one I've been watching. Now, this is specifically epic right here, and take a moment. Like after I get off this webinar, it's really important for you guys to just kind of wrap your head around this, like the way that they're doing it, and you can legit like copy and paste this. Just change a few words around. Obviously, make sure you put your hashtags. He just bought a new car, right? And this is all due from Epic. So the journey, following the story, your success, people's success, locking arms with the right people, using them as classic examples are going to be key. Attraction marketing has by far been one of the best platforms for you to effectively build. Okay, so now you start hitting people up. Okay, if you hit people up and your social media isn't consistent with who you say you are, that's going to be a problem. And so a lot of times, you got to gain that level of pull, if you will, right? Pull to know that people are realizing that you are upholding true. So many times people are coming, I'm not getting any action. I'm not getting any action. And I get it. A lot of times it's because we're all visual creatures. We're all visual. You know how important it was for him to post this right here, Ambassador 20K. You know how important it was for him to post these kind of pictures when he's purchasing a vehicle, in the name of the company and in the name of what he does for a living. How important it is for him to show that he's on a plane. I'm going to tell you why. It's that you think like sometimes the things that you do are not important to other people, but that's not true. Okay. What you do and what you show off and what you're able to do that is positive to your life could mean the world of a difference to others' lives. And I really, really mean that. Because if you're standing in front of liquor stores or something very like mundane and everyone, or a parking lot, that's cool. But if you're going to do that, you better tell a story. You better send a message of what you're intending to say. These are all contributions to what it means to the life that you live, who you are as a person, what your life is like, right? What you're going through. I think here he says this week is a game changer. Got to speak to 30 plus people who are ready to lock arms, yada, yada, right? And then he's pretty much talking about work, right? You should be trading, giving that opportunity and creating mystique, creating questions, creating interest. Hey, what is it that you're doing? Hey, tell me more, right? Ultimately, you want to create this like kind of language where you're always looking and building amongst other people and building yourself and building success. Because what's going to end up happening is people want to follow success. People do. People want to be around successful people. And so when you can show anything that you do that is outside the norm, I'm going to tell you, like me and Nikki, we live in Las Vegas. Okay. We live in Las Vegas. And even in Las Vegas, whenever we have the opportunity to go out on the strip and show a little bit of the strip, why wouldn't we? You know why? Because we have people in our team, not just in our local area. We have people in our team that are in Kansas. We have people in our team that are from Tennessee and things like that. So they don't get to live these certain specific lifestyles depending on where they are. They're all in this thing for a reason. For real. They're all in this, any kind of network marketing platform, any kind of business where it's a home-based business. Why do they do it? Honestly, why are they willing to invest $150? Why are they willing to invest $300 for that matter? Right? You always have to provide a way where like it could be a personal solution to their life. And so one of the big ways that I personally, like me and Nikki, have been recruiting forever when we're going hard, right, is to constantly make new contact, right? Constantly building new bridges. And I'm going to use this word very carefully because when you're prospecting, that's what you're doing. You're bridging new relationships. Okay. You're bridging new relationships. You're contacting new people. How do you do that? Well, a lot of the times, if you haven't done this already, please open up your Facebook, Instagram to open it up to public. Okay. I know I'm not really big on IG, but I'm so core valued on Facebook. So in Facebook, I open it up to public. Why would you do that, Charles? Well, I'm never going to put on Facebook what I don't want people to see anyway. And ideally, the people that I accept into my friends list are not people in China, are not people in India. I'm always constantly friending people who are my potential clients, customers, or future business partners. That's what I do, right? And so when you do that, you open up the whole thing and you got to be active in it. Not only that, you got to get rid of people. I strongly recommend you going to YouTube and following these strategies here for real. When you go to, you can see it purpled out, right? If you haven't done this already, now's the time, right? Because right here, Attraction Marketing TV, this is actually pretty good. I don't recommend you purchasing it because what they're going to do is there's a lot of value you can get from watching one of these videos. However, I wouldn't personally partake in their program simply because what they try to do is collect like 150, then they try to collect like 2,000 from you. So it's not worth that, right? And not only that, once they try to have you do that, they try to do an affiliate program with you to have you sell their affiliate program. So it's a hot mess when you try to kind of like do that. But when it comes to the basic common denominator information that you're going to get, it's key. It's key to attraction marketing, right? Because not enough of you guys are utilizing it. You know how many people that we constantly get just on our brand building alone? You know what I mean? And then you get people like, okay, let's shift gears here and just talk about people in Epic, the top leaders. Dave, I already, okay, because we're kind of doing EE, right? Epic Evolution. We're running two companies. These guys are solely focused on just Epic and just trading. So they've already established their language. And so oftentimes when you're seeing all this crazy fast movement is because they had that snowball already taking place. They've already established that team. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but there's no escaping it. There just isn't, right? Once you've identified yourself of who you are as an entrepreneur, you have to now start building that identity of who you are as a trader. If you guys are not studying trading, what's your language then? These guys here in Epic, and I know you guys are, chasing after Epic because you guys have probably been doing Evo, but now let's be realistic. When we go into Epic, it is a new language, right? Oftentimes, I was first to admit this is not even our wheelhouse in the beginning. It's not. So how do we make it our language? How do we make it part of our thing? Because before they became Epic, they were with another company. They were already doing another company for a year and a half before they came to Epic in the same context of what it is. So they got to establish that kind of rhythm and timing of building their base, building their foundation of the language that they're doing through trading. Guess what else? They're also massive traders. They're trading 6 to 7 figures, right? And so this is where we're at right now. We have to build that. So no matter how you look at it, because I'm a network marketer. For those of you guys that don't know, between my wife and I, we have a little bit 4,000 people in our organization in the Evo side, and then over here on the Epic side, we have a little over 1,000. But the question is how did that happen, right? How? You can't escape it. Network marketing is network marketing. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you work at it, you have to build relations. You have to build your validation. You have to build your foundation. You have to build who you are and validate what it is that you do, and also create that lineage of journey to where people can follow you, people can trust you, people will do things with you, people will roll with you, right? And so in that regard, now is the time where I personally press my brakes to where okay, Evo's kind of running itself. Let me go ahead and now start paying attention to, well, how do I trade? Let me learn the language here. Are you guys learning the language? Truthfully, are you guys or are you guys just trying to blindly build a team? You know what I mean? You got to know what you're talking about too. I know, okay, take Epic aside, and I'm going to revert back to Evo now. So when Evo, building that, I always tell people you have to learn the language of travel. You have to. We've been doing it so long, we know it like the back of our hand. Okay, now we're going to Epic side. We better learn that for real, and we better embrace the information, the new information. Sometimes some of you guys are kind of old dogs, can't learn new tricks. Now we're forced to actually. Right? We have to, sit down, go through the syllabus, go through everything. Have you done any tradings yet? Is another question. Are you in there getting your hands dirty? Are you in there applying yourself to where you can show some results? Because I sure as heck know, because we're, the people that are here online, we're Evo Epic. So before people want to gain success in terms of building a team, we want people to at least book 1 or 2 travel bookings, at least 1 or 2. Why? Just so you can get your hands dirty and you know what you're talking about. You've been through it at least once, right? So when you can have a 1-time positive trade, 2-time positive trade, guess what? You've been there, you've done that. So if you're looking to build a team, I can't stress how important it is to actually learn the language, to actually start trading, right? What do you call it? Immerse yourself once you decide that this is what you're going to do. And I'm in that process right now. You cannot deny, we just can't deny it. Okay. For those of you guys that just started Epic, we're in that phase where we're now adding this into our repertoire of things that we're already doing. Now from here is to actually learn it, right? I know, and hopefully I'm bringing it to you guys like as real as it gets, because a lot of people are moving, right? And then we're confusing this action. We're confusing this action in a way like, okay, why are they moving faster than us? Well, shoot, I'm realizing they've already have established teams. That's already their hot market that they've already built in that time that they've been doing that other platform. No, a same platform, different company for the last year and a half. Think about that. And then we're mistaking it, what they're doing here in Epic, as if to say they just started out of the blue like we did and they're moving faster than we. And I don't want that message to be confused, because I'm bringing realism. I'm bringing reality to where, okay, now is the time. Are you guys training? Right? Are you guys doing that? Because if you're not, you better damn well start. Just saying, you got to start. You got to be a product of the product, right? We've been saying that from the beginning. So if you are looking to build a team, you have to trade. Why? Because you have to be a product of the product first. There is no sense of like trying to build a team. Otherwise, it's just a big facade. Well, how are you going to tell me how to do this when you don't do it yourself? Oh, you're just doing it just a team build? You get what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. When you get people, okay, I'm bouncing back and forth between Evo, Epic right here. When we go to Evo, when people come in, right, on the Evo side, and they say, okay, I'm now part of this company. What do I do? How do I learn how to book travel? We know exactly where we're going to send them. We know exactly what we're going to tell them. We know exactly what we're going to teach them. Where are you stuck? Right? Let me ask each and every one of you right now. You bring anyone in Epic and they tell you, what's the broker that I should go with, and what should my immediate lot size be, right? And how many pips should I look to obtain? How do I do, how do I start trading immediately, right out the gate? If you can't answer those questions, you better get to answer them. For real. If you can't answer those questions confidently, then you better find out. You better get that information. Because if you don't know the answer, you're going to find yourself in a world of, well, shit, I'm just team building. Wrong answer. If you can't be the source of information that I can go to get proper information, or at least relay the proper information. No, just go through the back office. Do you think that's really good enough? Just go to the back office. It's all the information is there. Yeah, yes and no, but we have to be realistic about the people that we're bringing in. And you know what that is? People are going to be people, right? And I say this all the time. People are going to be people. People need to learn through videos. Yes, they can do that. But also people need to be able to learn through asking questions as well. People need sometimes a one-on-one. People need to be in like a classroom setting where they can ask questions. All of the above. Are you providing that? Is there someone that they can go to ask questions to? This is where a community is absolutely important. Plug them into EE Legacies. There is a community. There is a support system. There is marketing strategies. There is ways to do this. Let me show you. But before you get started, you should know all of these things first, right? Because if you don't do it with a sense of foundation, what are we doing here? And this is what I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of people that are frustrated, but I'm also realizing that people are looking to build without the actual being product of the product. There lies a big problem there. Because when you can become a product of the product, when you can show your actual trades, when you can be applying yourself and showing evidence thereof, wow, this person is getting it done. That is when people are going to start shifting their eyes on you and start asking, what does all that mean? What are those numbers mean? What are you talking about when it comes to pips? Hey, I'm noticing you flying here and there. I'm noticing you buying all of these things. What are you doing? Right? So the message here today is about becoming a visual storyteller. The message here today is also becoming an attraction marketer and building a foundation for you to be able to do that and becoming a product of the product. Okay? Please, like, take this, and now's the time. And, you know, some of you guys are going to a little bit struggle. Like, okay, let me go turn on the syllabus. Let me go do this and do that. But therein lies how bad do you want it? For real. Like, how bad do you want to change your life? If I were to tell you my story, for those of you guys that don't know, I had a decent job, right? A decent job. I worked for Caesar's Palace. And I was with them 8-9 years, and I was doing pretty decent, making $3,600 a month, $3,700 a month, which is pretty fair, right? But what happened is I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
You have to get off, I think, that presentation.
Oh, presentation time. I think we're all set. We're all done here. It's time for the presentation. Next time, I'll make sure that I'll make it on time. Okay, so presentation time is next. Let me go ahead and stop recording here.